The Little Sparrow. Once upon a time, in the heart of a vast, lush forest, lived a small sparrow named Flick. She was tinier than the other sparrows in her flock, but she held a large heart full of dreams. One day, Flick overheard the older birds speaking about a legendary golden tree that bore the sweetest fruits. It was located on the other side of the forest, a territory ruled by a fierce hawk named Talon. Despite being afraid, Flick decided she wanted to bring the golden fruit to her flock and demonstrate that size wasn't everything. The next morning, Flick set out on her journey. The forest was alive with sounds, and each one sent a tiny shiver down her spine. The rustling of leaves, the unknown shadows, and the distant echoes of strange animals all seemed so daunting. Yet Flick kept reminding herself, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. She flew higher, crossing streams and mountains. Suddenly, a gust of wind swept her off course, sending her spiraling down to the forest floor. But Flick, determined, picked herself up, ruffled her feathers, and again took flight. On the third day, she finally saw it, the golden tree. Its glow was just as the stories had described, but guarding it was Talon. Flick felt her heart pound in her chest. She was just a tiny sparrow, and Talon was a formidable hawk. However, Flick decided to approach Talon. She flew towards the golden tree, her small frame dwarfed by the mighty hawk. "May I have some fruit from the golden tree?" she asked. Talon laughed. "And why should I allow that?" "I want to show my flock that being small doesn't mean being weak. Courage and determination define us more than our size," Flick replied. Impressed by her bravery, Talon agreed, "Very well, but you must promise to share the fruits with all creatures, not just your flock." Flick nodded, and gathering all her strength, she flew up and picked the sweetest golden fruit from the tree. With the fruit secured, she flew back across the forest. Her journey back was filled with challenges, from braving storms to avoiding predators, but Flick's courage never waned. When she returned to her flock, they couldn't believe their eyes. Not only had the smallest sparrow returned with a fruit from the golden tree, but she also had a tale of courage and determination. Flick shared the sweet fruit with everyone, just as she'd promised Talon. The story of the little sparrow's courage echoed throughout the forest, inspiring others to believe in their strength, regardless of their size. Flick showed everyone that courage was not defined by how big or strong you are, but by the size of your heart and the strength of your spirit. And so the tale of Flick, the courageous sparrow, became a legend in the forest, a tale told to young ones to inspire bravery and courage. For as long as the forest lived, the story of the tiny sparrow who braved the unknown for the golden fruit would never be forgotten.